bit excited to be here. In fact, I was here like 30 years ago, studied some what they call executive MBA or whatever. And then I went to Baruch College and I did MA in marketing. I want to learn from the American what they are doing. In fact, I studied in the technical engineering, and then I did some career in Qatar as R&D manager and marketing manager. And I love design and love consumer product. And I celebrate my birthday last week, and I got a lot of presents. Most of them was Steve Jobs books. And I'm trying to read it. I had it before. And if somebody wants one of those books, I have in the car a few of them. So, and I see how much luck Steve Jobs in his career, in his biography, had in his inspiring life. So, coming from a small company like Zag, we came to $140 million turnover, compared with Apple. Even the event of Xerox, they didn't realize what they invent, in fact, and they took it and brought it to a different age. Show me how much luck is important in life. I was lucky, you know. We can't be lucky to born to the right parents. If we didn't, we have to work a little bit harder to survive. And this was happened in my life. I wasn't born to a family with history of industry. I born here in Tel Aviv, about 5 minutes from here. Neighborhood called that time Givat Amal. Now it's called Akirov Towers. And in fact, I started thinking about design after I finished my study in Technion. I understand that engineering is not enough. You have to put some soul in your product. And what is soul? I research what is soul, why product should be attractive, and why people are buying product. And I found the formula. It's a very simple formula. Good design, good quality, of course, good price, but design is a key factor. I don't know if, again, I'm reading these books about the chapter of design, how much Steve was involved in design. But what brought him to be an expert in design, I really don't know. Maybe good taste, maybe understanding the world needs. I really don't know what bring you to this point. After I left Qatar, I started my R&D company. And it so happened that we had a lot of immigrants to Israel in '93. And Bernie Marcus, that time was the chairman of Home Depot, came to Israel. I had an office with 4 engineers and designers here in Ramat Aviv, in the basement of Schuster, what we call garage company. And Bernie Marcus came to Israel. They invite the entire industry that involved in consumer product. And he gave a lectures about his ability. At that time, Home Depot, I'm speaking about '93, they were about $7 billion company. Nowadays, Home Depot is about $90 billion company. But still, $7 billion company for the Israeli industry. He was like a god. And he stand up and he said, I can buy almost everything that you can produce. It should be in the right price, in the right quality, shipping on time, all this stuff. And I was sitting there with my people. And he said, and he asked Sami Segal from Qatar, it was a group of Qatar people, about 10 people, you promised me about half a year ago to produce Toolbox, why you didn't? And Sami was a little bit, shocked about Bernie Marcus. Put his fingers on him and blame him that he's not supplying in what he promised to Home Depot. And they said to my people, let's go and develop Toolbox. What is Toolbox? So this is kind of luck. Without meeting Bernie Marcus, without understanding. We didn't have any direction. I am not a DIY person by myself. When I need to hang a piece of art, I'm calling somebody. But we decided to be the best in toolboxes. We know how to do products. We know how to design. But this was the first point of lack. Because you can hear the same sentence from Bernie Marcus, and there were about 20 different groups of plastic manufacturers there. I don't know. I picked the one sentence they said. They say, we should supply him toolbox, the best toolbox in the world. The first product that we developed was a failure. We came, they were excited. Tried to sell it for $4.99. Didn't sell. After 3 months, they reduced the price to 99 cents. Didn't sell. In the meantime, we succeeded to develop a few other products. We understand the nature of the business and the culture of do-it-yourself in America, and we came with quite nice solutions with different products and the range of $15, $20, and this was a big success. And then we started to develop one by one many other products. We came to the point that the buyers told us, please stop bringing new products. We cannot replace the entire shelves every 6 months. It's not a fashion. It's plastic toolbox. So we went to others. Home Depot wasn't enough. We went to Lowe's, to Walmart, to Target. In 4 years, we became the world leader in toolbox. We came from 1 million to 3 million, from 3 million to 10 million, from 10 million to 30 million, and then 50. And it's very high jump for the plastic industry because you have to be prepared. So I had another luck. I met a partner that he almost closed his factory, a company called Technoplast, Itamar Patishi. And I told him, we need production. He said, okay, but I want to be your partner. I told him, okay. We needed the money, we needed the capital for growth, for our high growth. So I told him, okay, but I don't know what is the value of the company. I told him, let's do scaling. Now you invest $1 million. If we grow, you give us a bonus. So at the end of the day, the $1 million investment came to $4 million investment. So this was another luck. I wasn't that clever, but he agreed. He jumped on this. He said, okay, he came with a minimum price. He bought about 25% of the company with $1 million. Of course, in the end of the day, he enjoyed, but I never regret because we took this money and first of all, he supplied us production. We were an expert in product development and marketing, but with not any production in our hands. So he produced for us. Being a partner, he was much more flexible and helpful, of course, to our needs. After 4 or 5 years, of course, it wasn't enough. We opened the first factory in Migdal HaEmek and then in Carmiel. And still, the factories are here in Israel, and both of them are working with, I think, full scale. They are doing about $160, $170 million nowadays from Israel toolboxes. Today, I did some repair in my home, and somebody came with a toolbox of Zag. I told him, this is mine. He said, no, this is German company, Zag. What is Zag? I said, it's not a German company. This is Zag, it's Vika, and Ace, Aaron, Gidon, the name of my partner. So people, even now, don't understand because we never advertise our company as an Israeli company. The Israeli market was kind of neglected for us. But still, 1% of the market, we control the market here. So luck in the production, without this meeting with Itamar Patishi, I'm sure that we couldn't grow this fast and this quick and to this phase. And then I have another luck in my life, going public. We came to the market, And we were quite attractive. We went public with Lehman Brothers at the time, and Robertson Stevens and Oppenheimer. And it was 1 week before Clinton was re-elected. And I think it was about 20 maniac about going in the weekend, buying toolboxes. And they say, I know your product, I'm excited. They were, and for Fidelity at the time, to invest $10 million to buy shares, it wasn't that big of a problem. He was a real supporter, and we succeeded to went public. So we were really lucky in this case because we can really fail without meeting this guy from Fidelity. So luck is quite important in your life. Of course, you need some talent. You need to understand the market, and you need to understand your client, and you need to have the right people around you, and you have to be real lucky with the timing. Nowadays, nobody speaks about going public. The market is not ready to accept anyone now. And so we were lucky that we were at the right time, the right place. So we went public. In this case, we were really lucky. All the rest is hard work. So luck is quite important in your business life, and because in certain points, certain moments, if you do the right thing, you meet the right people, and it makes a different story in your life. And it's happened to me many times. So I'm not this spiritual, but when you think about how many occasions like this happens in your life, try to think it's not an incident, why it's happened. Maybe people like me, entrepreneurs, are really, they have ear opens to hear what people said, they're listening, they attract other people by the motivations, so it's not a luck. But on the other hand, too many things you need to be happened to be successful nowadays is not that easy. And you know, every one of us know the ratio between successful company and failure company. It's quite huge number of companies that fail. So you need to have luck in your life, and you have to open your eyes, and you have to be the right place, and you have to meet, and you have to talk. Also, I great beliefs on that you have to talk. You have to tell. Don't hide your activity. People sometimes say, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to talk. So I told them, talk. Show what you do. If somebody needs to be copied, he will copy you. But if you have chance to meet the right person, when you talk about your product, about your idea, and you attract somebody. So I suggest each of you to talk about your activity, not to be shy, not to be afraid of copying your idea, because it will be copied anyway. It's better to attract the right partners, the right people, and make some buzz about your product. And there is some questions and answer, right? Ella. I have a few other stories about a few other companies that, but the time is short, so I'm ready to answer questions about luck, about life, about love. Okay. Yes, I remarried 3 times, so I know something about love and the price of love. Okay, Nera. Yes.
Do you think Steve Jobs was lucky? His parents didn't want him?
Of course
He was
he was.
thrown out of his own company?
He was lucky. He was. If I can tell what is Steve Jobs in one word, he was maniac. He was real maniac. If you read the book and you see what this guy was, unbelievable. The way that he behaved, and of course he was lucky, but he was like an animal with senses that nobody else around him. And you need to be an animal in this market to survive. He was real animal. He was with so many senses, what good, what bad, what to do. But he did quite big mistakes. Even the last mistake that cost him his life, not to do the surgery and to try to, and he regrets, but this was too late. But he was like an animal, even in this. You see how he behaved like wounded animals, doesn't want to be exposed. He hide it. But he was quite with good senses, I think. This is what, yes.
Just out of curiosity, would you today go for an MBA, given there's a lot of information out there? I know that I myself am more on the entrepreneur side and I was really battling with it, but I feel that the level of sophistication is only increasing. At some point I was kind of like thinking, well, it's not my background at all, I should get the basics.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, he asked if I will recommend him to go to MBA. He knows what he wants. He feels like entrepreneur. If the MBA will help him to have the...
Just to disclose, I'm studying in the MBA,
Studying.
MBA in this school.
So it's theoretical question.
But I went through the process of thinking, well, there's so many examples out there of people who, and friends would tell me no, but then, in terms of sophistication of the market.
I really don't have a good answers, but if you can do both, it will never harm you to have know-how. But nowadays MBA is not just MBA, it's kind of networking. It's kind of networking you developed. In America it's quite developed, here it's not that much. But you don't have to finish.
I could be the dropout.
You can study.
I've done it before.
You know, I never checked my people, where they study, what they study. We talk to them, we check them in and out, but for me, the licenses to the wall wasn't that important. We are not doctors in hospital. We can do mistakes. And I teach in the university as well. I teach in Shankar, entrepreneurships and innovation. And I say to the people, don't think about the finals grade. Everybody goes to have 100, best sign. Just I separate between people that try to do, people that don't do. If you do and do mistakes, it's fine for me. This is the process of learning. So I try to tell them, don't think about the end results. Think about the process and work hard to get the results. But this is what I try to check with my people as well. Sometimes people that didn't finish MBA, they have more desire to show others that they are better. And sometimes it works. You need those people that out of box kind of. In every company. Yes. Thank you very much. Yes.
You talk about Steve Jobs having a lot of senses, I guess, business sense, design sense. Now, we all know that he made a lot of mistakes in his career. How do you think that those senses were developed through these mistakes, or do you think it was more of a natural that he's innately has these types of things?
I believe that there is something in your DNA, or when some influence when you're a real child that influence you without knowing. When you are between 0 to 3 to 4, I think this is the most effective age to be influenced by events. You can't realize it, you don't have memory of that time, but this is quite an influence time. And I think if you see his career, his childhood, where he came from, it's quite a story. And for sure he tried to work harder to show that he is better than anyone else. But sometimes to target something in full speed, you do mistakes. You have an accident. And this is what's happened to him as well a few times in his life. But you know, what is experience? Experience is to fail and to get up, to continue, to fail again and to continue. This is experience in life. If you don't fail, you did nothing, mostly. Every one of us that do and create something new fail so many times. And you try to learn from your mistakes. When he came second time to Apple, you can see what make. But even when he left Apple, he built another venture, not small, big one. So he has the ability. And those senses, so reading him, I think, yeah. I don't want to be Steve Jobs. I really don't want to be Steve Jobs. I don't think he was happy in his life. He has a very big black hole in his stomach, and he needed to fill it again and again and again. And this is also character that it's common with entrepreneurs. My wife, she is clinical psychologist, the last one, so she knows these stuff. And people are paying a lot of money to get out of these black holes in your stomachs, that you need to do more and more and achieve more. And this is what we call entrepreneurships, but most of them are really suffering. It's not that easy to be the best and most. And this is what I needed in my life. Really, whatever I did in my life, I wanted to be the best and the biggest. In Toolbox, we became the biggest. In hydro industry, we are the biggest. In polymer logistics, we are the biggest in our line, product line, in the world. I'm speaking about the world market. It is not that easy to be in that point all your life.
You talk about mistakes that you made?
Mistakes? To talk about mistakes, I told you about the first product that we did. It was a big mistake, you know. We were really lucky to bring before they understand. Mistake, yeah, big mistake. When I sold my company, I didn't bought the gold. So it was big mistakes. It was $300. Now it's $1. I didn't bought Checkpoint shares. I did many mistakes in my life. I didn't bought real estate in Tel Aviv. I invested in few companies that I never saw my money. It was sink. We did mistakes also in Zag, a few mistakes, but we had last Friday a kind of event. People that I didn't see for 10 years from Zag, all the managers came together. Reunion, kind of reunion, about 40, 50 managers from Zag. And then I got many emails, and that, what they told about the experience at the time, the target, the vision, even to be Zioni at the time, to be the best, all. And when they went to another company, something disappeared, and they say, it's not the same. We thought when they were young, it's all the same. All the companies working like this with a lot of passion and a lot of energy, but it's not like this. You know, companies used to grow 5, 10% a year. We grow like 100, 200, 300% a year. It's quite demanding. So it was another atmosphere, another energy.
Was it right to sell that?
It was the right, yes. Yes, it was the right to sell that, yeah. We came to the point that we needed the Stanley brand because of many reasons. And Keter came with Black & Decker brand. They started to copy our product. And from having good brand, it became to great partnerships. And then from partnerships, they really wanted the company. And they say also Stanley people, the chairman of Stanley that came from GE, he said, we need you for the spirit of your company to show us how to. And I became part of the executive management in Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, sitting there between those companies. It's great companies till now, great brand, and a lot of MBA. But they are $10 billion company nowadays. They bought Black & Decker lately, and yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.